Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. And my goodness, volume 2 started streaming today, and it doesn't really contain the bombshells that people were expecting it might, that were fearing it might. Rather, it seems to be burying the Harkles. The US press has woken up. Just before I started doing this reading, I went online and looked at the headlines, the American press, and it is not pretty what the press is saying about the Harkles, and they're whinging about how William had a tantrum and shouted and screamed, and the then Prince Charles lied, while the late Queen just sat there and watched. It's not going down well. It's not going down well at all with the US press. One commentator said this Harry and Meghan are on track to becoming the most hated royals ever. And even Gayle King, who has notoriously been very much on Team Harry and Meghan, seems to be distancing herself. She said it is dicey what they're doing. She's already come out and said at that ridiculous award that the Harkles got that the royal family is not, in her opinion, racist. Of course, the award that they got, the Kennedy Award, was for the Ripple of Hope thing, was for exposing the institutional racism of the royal family. Gayle King came straight out and said no, she didn't think the royals were racist. And unfortunately for Harry, Gayle King is the one that seems to have been lined up to interview him for his book, Spare. So it doesn't look like that's going to be such an easy ride. He's had it easy up until now, but the tide seems to be turning. I have the Standard Rider-Waite Tarot on the tarot table here. Apologies for the echo in this room where I'm doing readings at the moment. I'm trying to figure it out, but at the moment it just is a bit boomy. I know it's unfortunate, but there it is. I'm going to do a 5-card reading with the Rider-Waite Tarot, and I'm going to have a look and see what the US press is thinking, how they're feeling, how the Harkles are feeling. I'm sure that they woke up this morning expecting front page pity fest for them, how they're feeling about this pretty savage response from the US press. And then, of course, the Gayle King thing. What's going on there? How is this impacting the Harkles? How do they feel? How does she feel? Whatever universe wants to tell us. And the outcome for the Harkles of this seeming disdain that the American press has for this whole Netflix thing. How is it going to impact the Harkles going forward? It doesn't bode well, seemingly. And so we're going to have a look at that now. 5-card reading, just a short reading. A lot going on in my life at the moment, trying to catch up with readings, but every day at the moment there is a new drama with Harry and Meghan, and it's going to carry on, of course, until at least January, and then who knows what is going to happen after that. I don't even want to think about the things that could be coming our way. And we've got the Emperor as the underlying energy of this reading. That is a royal family card. It is a man in charge. It is a king in charge. And it tells me that institutionally, the American press they're going with the leader. They're going with the man in charge, the king. They're sort of rallying around him. They don't like the way that Harry and Meghan are taking potshots at the British royals. I think the royals are still quite popular in the US. So it's not, taking potshots at family, not a good look. I've sensed that before, that this isn't something that's going down well in the United States. And it's telling me there is a rallying around that king. That new king has yet to be crowned. He hopefully will be crowned in May. And a very, very powerful energy coming off that card. It's not a Harry and Meghan energy. And I think that it's press barons and things like that as well that are rallying. I would say, in my opinion, and let's remind you that this is a tarot reading, it is all just my opinion, it is all speculation for entertainment purposes and learning purposes too. We're looking at archetypal family here with the royal family. That's why I do these readings, so we can learn ourselves about what's going on with difficult family members. We all have them. And I think that perhaps Gayle King was taken aside and told, you need to backtrack, you need to change sides, basically. This is not the angle that we want to portray. And for those of you who are thinking that the British royal family is going to be pulled down, or that there's a conspiracy, there might have been with certain people, but it's not as widespread as you might think with this card. Interesting energy coming out there. And so let's just look at the situation, the heart of this matter, what universe wants to tell us. And we get in the Six of Pentacles, which is a card about equal give and take. It's a charity card. We're not talking about charity here, really. We're talking about who does what, who puts into a situation and who takes out of a situation. And the Harkles clearly are the ones that are taking from the situation and not putting in. And it's seen. The eyes of the world are on them. And what have they really done? Have they really done charitable deeds, charitable works? They talk about it, they get awards for it, but what have they done compared with what the Emperor has, excuse me, and I lose my voice at that point, what the Emperor has done. I'm losing my voice because I have a wand, I suppose you could call it, of white African sage in the room where I'm doing this reading. I felt the need for it. It is impepo, it's a sacred herb from South Africa, Southern Africa. It's used in traditional ceremonies and things like that. It's a most amazing smell. It summons the ancestors. And so the ancestors are with us at the moment, but it is quite hard work on my throat, purging something as I'm talking. I'm a little bit blocked up, you can probably hear. But anyway, they're being scrutinised for, really, do they deserve the things that they are getting? Are they worth the effort? Are they fair in their behaviour towards the royal family? It's a card of fairness, really, and equilibrium and reciprocity. And so that is where the scrutiny is. Who's doing what? Who's giving what? Who's taking? Who's giving? So tell me the attitude of the US press at the moment. Wow. Okay. Yeah. They see it. They see it, and that's quite a big moment. And I wish I wasn't booming as I'm saying this, but that is a big moment. They see the devil. They see the toxicity, they see the hatred, they see the anger, the rage, they see the lies, the alleged lies. They see the codependent couple. They see Harry and Meghan chained to this monster, this obsessive resentment and whinging and moaning and self-pity and all the things that the devil represents. It's such a toxic relationship. They both look, in my opinion, absolutely vile in this, however much plastic surgery she has had and whatever he's had done to himself. You catch them in moments where they look impish, they look demonic almost. That is just my opinion. But the US press sees it and they don't like it. They don't like it. How do Harry and Meghan feel waking up this morning to this criticism? This pretty much a mauling by the US press. How do they feel? Not desolate, not wretched, not ruined. They're thinking about their coin. They're thinking about, are they going to get their $100 million from Netflix if this is what's going on? I think they think that they can still push through this. They can still work and make it happen, make fetch happen, as the horrible saying is. But that Eight of Pentacles is, oh well, this is just the press. First of all, the press doing what the press has been paid to do, which is stir trouble and conflict and be mean and nasty. We might hear now how mean and nasty the US press is for money. They're not taking it personally, not at all. They're thinking that this is about money. This is about just reporters doing what they're paid to do, to make trouble and sell newspapers. If people still buy newspapers, I don't know. But it's very much a work. We can work on this. We can fix this as my voice continues to disappear. And so not really, I think, realizing how bad this is for them right now. Let's move on to Gayle King and see what universe wants to tell us about Gayle King. And this, wow, okay, this is a big moment for the Harkles. They did not expect this. They really, really didn't. This is where it hurts. This they don't care about because they just see it as, oh well, have to do it. Earn their paychecks, that's what's going to happen. But this Gayle King thing hurts. She was family. She was somebody that they counted on, somebody that they thought was on their side, somebody that they thought sympathized with them, empathized with them. But now she's turned her back on them, much as they have turned their back on everybody else. And it's interesting that in this card, the Standard Rider-Waite Tarot, Harry and Meghan have their backs turned to everyone. And the little kiddies dancing there. That's very much their sort of stuff you attitude that they have to everybody. She's walked away and it hurts them. The Ten of Cups in reverse is maximum pain. This is a shock. This is the desolation. This is can't believe it. I'm sure that there were phone calls going on right now. How dare you? What's going on? Are you being paid? What's the story? I'm sure that this is causing tantrums, crockery flying, tears, all kinds of things going on right now. This is the stuff. This is the stuff I've been waiting to see. This is a glorious card, in my opinion. This is a very interesting card too, because they feel this is a wound, and this is a loss, a breakup with somebody that was in the inner circle, and it's pretty devastating for the Harkles. So what's the impact going to be of this definite shift that's going on right now, all brought on by themselves? What's the impact going to be on the Harkles of this? And some soul searching, definitely some soul searching, and particularly with Has-Been. He's the one who's going to be made most wretched by this. He's the one who's going to be wondering if he has followed a false prophet. The Hermit is a prophet energy as well. So there's some doubts being sowed there. Go away and have a think, and perhaps consult with people. Phone a friend and ask for advice. The Hermit is the Harry card, the Virgo card, but it is the quiet and the solitude major arcana for going away and having a think and trying to find your true north again. Soul searching, definitely with him. I wouldn't say with her, but soul searching with him. And it's interesting, it's sitting under the Devil card. He might be finally having a bit of a think about really which side he picked, and where the truth lies, because a lot of this seems to be quite old, the footage. I'm not watching it. I don't have Netflix anymore. I'm watching snippets here and there, basically as other people analyze what's going on. I'm watching, couldn't bear to watch it. I just can't cope with them, either of them at this point. Their energy is so foul, hence the people that I am sitting with as I'm doing this reading. Not burning it, it's just here in the space. But that's an interesting card, Major Arcana. There's a lot going on right now, people, an awful lot. And they're in the thick of it. We're all in the thick of it. The royals are in the thick of it. I'm going to be looking next at the fact that the royals are not going to respond. They are basically grey rocking the Harkles, which is an interesting tack, and we're going to read on it next. Thanks for watching this reading, and I hope to see you over on the next one.